So our question 6 of August 2022, Entrepreneurship and Communication. Question 6A, examine 5 non-verbal features of body language. Non-verbal features of body language. Here we have a list of about 7. The question is looking for 5. So we have facial expressions. Facial expressions are a non-verbal way of communicating using your body language, either frowning of the face, putting a smile on the face, sadness or happiness of the face. All those pass a message. We have body movement and posture, how basically you position yourself while sitting or how you position yourself while standing. That can also give a certain way of communication. We have gestures. Gestures are like use of the hands, like waving, like giving a thumbs up, okay, something like that. So all those are part of non-verbal features of body language. We have eye contact. You can use eye contact as a way of communicating with someone. And then touch, maybe a touch on the back, knowing that someone maybe is calling you, or maybe a tap on the back, someone's trying to embrace. So touch can also be used to communicate through body language. And then the space that is there between two people. For example, in an office setup, you can tell where your boss could be sitting, and you can tell where just normal employee could be sitting. Like depending on the kind of chairs that they have, or depending on the kind of furniture they are using, depending on the kind of space they also they have in the office and so on. That can also be used to communicate something. And then voice, especially when it comes to the tone, variation, the pitch, and so on, that can also communicate something with the body language. So those are some of the non-verbal ways of body language communication. And then we have question 6B, 5 measures which could be adopted by the management of an organization to overcome barriers to effective oral communication. Remember, we have so many barriers to communication. Here we are just being specific. We're looking for barriers to effective, how to overcome barriers to effective oral communication. Oral communication is the verbal way of doing communication. Maybe through a phone call, or maybe having one-on-one chat, one-on-one conversation. That is a verbal way of doing it. Like also what I'm doing here, this is a verbal kind of communication. So what are some of the measures could one use to manage, or could one use to overcome barriers to oral kind of communication? Look at the time and the place. Sometimes people could be in places whereby it's noisy, or even sometimes are not so much appropriate to, especially if it's a phone caller. Sometimes are not appropriate to make calls, especially if it's business calls, and maybe it's family hours or something like that. And then clarity before communication. Ensure the kind of communication you want to make is so much clear for the other party to be able to understand almost everything that you're going to give out. And then being a good listener, that is also another way you can use to overcome bias. Because if the sender is busy giving you the information and you're not listening, then definitely you cannot get the information, and giving the feedback will also become a problem. So being a good listener can overcome barriers to oral communication. And then use of a simple language, just simple words. Avoid using vocabularies, jargons, all that, to make the communication very simple and easy for someone else to understand. And then also avoid talking too much of information overload. Just be brief. And then also the language you use can also help you to overcome barriers. If you're that kind of a person who uses a polite language, a very respectful language, compared to a person who just throws away words disrespectfully, words which are so hurtful, and so on and so forth. And then communicating one thing at a time, one point at a time, that can also help you to overcome any barrier, because you'll be able to grab all the information, you'll be able to grab one item at a time, and that will help you to give the feedback as per expected. And then express yourself in a very calm, clear, and precise manner. So all these could be used to overcome barriers to effective oral communication. And then our last part of question 6, which is question 6C, 5 qualities of a good interviewer. Who is an interviewer? A person who does the interview, who asks questions to the interviewee. So what are some of the qualities of this person? How should this person look like? What qualities should he or should she have? Understand the competencies of the job. You cannot come and interview somebody about a certain job which you don't understand anything about it. So first of all, you need to have a good background, a good understanding of that job you're about to do an interview for. And then asking the right questions, avoid irrelevant questions to make the interview more official, as a kind of professional way of conversation. Keep on asking the correct and the right questions. And then being conversational, because remember, an interview is a two-way. You ask the question, then the interviewee answer, and then you counter, something like that. So you need to be conversational. That means you need to have good communication skills within you. And then you need to have that aspect of listening more than talk less. Once you ask the question, give yourself some time to listen and get whatever the interview is talking. That way you'll be able to get the right candidate for your job. But if you're that kind of a person who talks a lot and don't give time to the interviewee to express himself or herself, how are you going to know about him? Chances could be you could employ the wrong person, basically because you didn't give an ear to listen to what this person was trying to say. Was it really making sense? Was this person really suitable for that job or not? So at least have that skill of listening more than talking. Being a good communicator, which that is being conversational, able to control your emotions. Yes, you don't be that kind of a person who is over angered, high tempered, and something like that. You keep on harassing those interviewees. So maintain your emotions, cool your emotions, and be okay, and have a friendly demeanor so that you can create a very comfortable environment for the interviewee. And then good timekeeper and time management. Yes, especially if you say the interview should start at a certain time, make sure at that certain time things are ready and the interview to start, and manage time, not too long, not too short, but basically moderate, so that you can be able to gather the kind of information you're looking for from these interviewees. And then possess the skill of guidance. Remember, you are the leader. There, once you are an interviewer, you are the leader. There, these people will listen to what you say and basically respond on the same. So you need to have what you call guidance skills, and then have a skill of encouraging your respondents, not inciting them, not like threatening them or maybe instilling them with fear, but encouraging them in one way or the other. So that is question 6. We meet in our last question, which will be question 7. Thank you.